Hi folks, welcome to another windy episode of Bushcraft North of 60. I'm hoping to get out and get a moose today. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a scouting slash hunting trip. It's pretty windy today, so I don't expect to see too much, but I'm going to go stomping around where I've seen a lot of sign here in the winter in the thick stuff and see if maybe something's bedded down in here. So stay tuned. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so there's a ridge behind me here. You can probably see that. And that ridge is overlooking, there's some thick stuff that goes way this way, down this way. There's a little stream and there's a lake down in here. I came down in here just so I could not silhouette myself. I didn't want to go right on the top to come across. Got a little bit of natural cover here just to break me up a bit. And I might do some calling. It might be a little early to call still. In the past I've called and moved on a little too quick, so I might get comfortable here. Call a little bit, see if anything comes in through. There's some trails down here, some game trails. I should see him, hopefully, coming in along through this way, or maybe even up the rock. I've seen moose sign this whole area, and all in behind me here. So hopefully we'll wrestle up our moose here. The Marlin 3030, Model 30 AS. Got my optics ready to go here, do some glassing. Yeah, if anything happens, we'll get back. Okay, so I was hiding just up over the back there. I was up on that ridge. I'd come down here. Got some water to cross. It's kind of neat how these fallen trees start growing up. That one's not doing so good though. The wind's coming at me this way. I'm going to push in through here and maybe over to the east a little bit just to see if I can find anything. I'm mostly scouting, looking for sign, but if I see a moose, you better believe if I've got a good shot, I'm taking it. Because another week and a bit, I'm going to be heading up to the high Arctic again, so if I don't get him now, I gotta wait till I get back and get the snow machine out. Let's go for a walk. See that a lot, the squirrels drying out food for the winter. Look at that. That would have been up this way. And it's broken that way. Something tall's come up through here. Probably moose. Look at the size of these mushrooms. And there's all kinds of them. Some up on the back side there. Some older ones here are already starting to rot. They're big. No idea what they are. Look at these scratch marks on this tree. So see how it looks like something has raked its claws this way? And it's not just in one spot. There's a clump there, some there, some there. It goes all the way up that tree. Could have been a bear cub going up. Claws aren't very far apart. We just scaled an overhanging rock wall there. Just put the rifle up in a safe direction and pulled myself up and kept going. I don't like going right on the tops of ridges. I don't like to silhouette myself. So anyways, I come up along here and figure I'll scoot up a little bit. And here's this hole in the ground, but no claw marks digging it out, it doesn't look like. Maybe it was frost, who knows. But if we look down there, there's the rock. So yeah, this is my my hunting terrain today, usual sort of terrain. Crossed a few creeks, came down, so this is almost like a little valley, I suppose, a little low spot in between a couple of ridges here. We've got rock on both sides. It's pretty tight in the middle here, and there's a waterway that goes through here from the lake we were at a little while ago to the next lake over here. And I've seen moose bones here, where they boned out their moose, so that was 3 years ago. Not real far from town. But yeah, it's a little too windy to take the boat out, especially the canoe today, either one. Just poking around, seeing what's up. We'll get back in a minute here. Came across a nice little spot up in here. It's pretty open down that way. We came up that rock face and up along this little ridge a little bit back into here. Our lake is right in there. The ridge that I was calling from, it's this ridge, but I was over this way just a little further and down in behind it on this side of it just to have some shelter. But yeah, this is a nice little spot. Some of these trees are big enough if I still had my hammock I could tie up on it. Most of them up here aren't really fit for hammocking. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if I'll go around this lake or just go take a peek and have a look with binoculars. I don't imagine anything will be outside the trees. Probably nestled in somewhere. It's worth a look. It's starting to warm up. I had to take the hat off. I think it's probably, I'm going to take a wild guess, say around 12 degrees now. So yeah, I think it's almost lunchtime, honestly. I'm going to find a little spot to hang out and get some grub. There's another small lake. Apologize about the wind there, but I might head up on top of that after lunch. But I think I'm going to scoot down in that little hollow and lay down and get something in me here. Starting to get a little bit more lethargic. Time for the first meal of the day. Well, here's my lunchroom for the day. Nice cozy little spot out of the wind. As far as my loadout goes, well, I mean, you've obviously seen the rifle already. My ruck, all I've got in that is a little bit of extra wool, my first aid kit, all my survival equipment I normally have. I don't even have my axe today. I've got a folding saw and a hatchet inside. The hatchet's honestly just in case I did get a moose, just to help take that apart. Bear spray. I've got my electronic ear muffs, so if I'd have time to put them on, great, just because my ears have already had a rough go most of my life. Oh, woodsman's lunch, huh? Well, there's some rationale behind it. A little bit of caffeine in the green tea to wake me up, and the honey should have some glucose in it to keep my blood nice and happy. I've got some protein, and I've got some fat and carbs there, so it might not be the healthiest long-term meal, but I'll burn that pretty good here. Got my toque that Barbara made me that's been up in the high Arctic already, and my gloves, and then on my person, well, same old. I'm wearing my old Milsurp wool shirt. I've got some, I think this one's merino from Icebreaker, might be Smartwool, I can't remember now. Got my wool pants, muck boots, I've got those Bomba socks in here too, so I ended up irritating my Achilles tendon quite bad when I was up in the Arctic. So I thought I went big enough going 2 sizes bigger to run the Bomba socks, because the Bomba socks are totally worth it. But today I'm going to see how it holds up. I'm not feeling any discomfort. I'm running a super thin sock just with the Bomba sock on top, so hopefully that'll give me some room. But yeah, here's my little cozy spot to snuggle up in here, and hopefully I won't fall asleep. Just something to lay up against here. Sometimes there's nothing finer than just laying around, rifle next to you, smelling the woods. That's one thing you'll hopefully develop when you spend more time in the bush, is a good sense of smell. Not just to be able to smell things well, but to know what they are and what direction they're coming from. What other things they could indicate if something's dead and rotten close to you, or if there's certain things in bloom, different fungus and stuff. Of course, animals have different smells. The weather, sometimes you can tell what's going to happen by your nose. If you're getting close to water, sometimes lakes and things. Yeah, it's pretty peaceful out here. I like it. Don't mind the wind. It's a little gusty today. It's not sustained, but it's gusty. Would have drove me nuts in the canoe. You'd just be doing well, and all of a sudden the bow and the stern would be changing spots. So you heard me mention high Arctic there a couple of times. So I've been to one of the islands at, let's see, I don't want to give an exact location because there's some confidentiality issues with clients, but I would have been 74 degrees north, and about a week and a bit I'm going to be heading to about 80 degrees north and spending 3 weeks up there. So I'm going to apologize for not too much activity on the channel here, but I can't complain. I've been doing pretty good. I've already been snowed on fairly heavily up there, some wind and snow. It's, what's today, September 8th, so winter in the north at this point. Should be seeing lots of wolves and muskox where I'm going. Hopefully some Arctic fox. Lunchtime. So on the employment front as well, I'm also now working as a field instructor, which is kind of cool. So I'm starting out teaching standard first aid at this point, but there's a whole list of things I can get into at this. It's extremely exciting. And the cool thing is, so the work itself is great. There's a lot of travel to the northern communities, which is completely what I'm looking for. But something that goes, I guess maybe people do talk about a bit, but a good job is good, but a good job with great people around you is awesome. So I've got a really solid crew. If I can learn half of what they're doing, then I'll be ahead, I think. But yeah, if you can surround yourself with folks that have good, kind hearts and they've got good heads on their shoulders and they know what they're doing, then you'll probably get pretty far in this life, I would say. So that's what I've been up to. And as far as the Arctic work goes, the other bit of stuff I've been doing is some wildlife monitoring. So a course that I took last year and got myself all ready to go for that. Yeah, that's what got me up into the high Arctic, and that's what I'm going to be looking at doing here in a week and a bit. So yeah, I'm going to be basically living in paradise and getting paid and getting awesome food at the same time. Camp life. Can't beat it. Well, wind's really starting to pick up, so I think I'm going to call it a day here. I just got a text from Barbara saying she just finished one of those mud run things there. She just got back home, so maybe I'll go back and spend half a day with her. I'm still going to go pick up a couple of Swiss Army knives and mail a package to a friend down in the States. I just thought I'd share a little trick. One thing I like about these wide mouth bottles that the iced tea comes in is you can put your garbage inside and keep some of that smell down out of your kit bag. You don't have to worry about more scents than you need to getting in there. It's not foolproof, but it helps. And tomorrow it looks like we're doing some cranberry picking with friends at our top secret location, our little patch that I think I've only told 4 people where it's at. 2 of them came with us. So yeah, that's where we'll be at tomorrow. I'll probably bring the rifle. I don't have my shotgun, that's out right now, so I'll have to take the rifle. No biggie. If I see a bear, I'll still have my spray first off and make noise and posturing, but if I see a moose, yeah. So we'll see. Anyways, we'll see you folks next time from the Northwest Territories here. Take care.